asking questions. That's good. He raised an eyebrow at her choice of adjective, but she didn't appear to notice. Who do you think he is? Or more to the point, what do you think he is? She was losing him now. The wine wasn't helping, unpalatably warm in the afternoon heat. I really don't know. Gloria filled her glass, topping up Adam's as an afterthought. He's a German spy, she announced. You see, it's wartime, 1940 to be precise, and while the Battle of Britain rages in the skies above a small Hampshire village, an altogether different battle is about to unfold on the ground. As above, so below. Were they really quoting Hermes Trismegistus at each other over this? And what is Herr Atherton spying on? He persevered, regretting the question almost immediately. A secret submarine base in Portsmouth Harbour. So this was where 2 years of English literature studies had led her, all that Beowulf and Chaucer and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, to a secret submarine base in Portsmouth Harbour. What? Demanded Gloria warily. I was just thinking, he lied, that your narrator's a man. So? It's a challenge, I imagine, writing a male narrator. You don't think I'm up to it? I didn't say that. 4 brothers, she said, holding up 3 fingers, and you're not the first chap I've ever stepped out with. This was a truth she liked to assert from time to time, dishing out unsavoury details to drive home her point, although she was too angry for that right now. She got to her feet a little unsteadily. I'm going. Don't, he said, taking her hand. You hate it. That's not true. I know what you're thinking. You're wrong. I could be jailed for what I'm thinking. It was a crass play, but he knew her vulnerability to that kind of talk. Besides, this was the reason they'd skipped their lectures and come to the meadow, was it not? I'm sorry, he said, capitalizing on her faint smile. I suppose I'm just jealous. I couldn't do it. It's great. Really, it hooked me instantly. The drunken vicar's a great touch. Gloria allowed herself to be drawn back down on the blanket, into their sunken den, out of sight of the river towpath where the stubby willows bristled. His fingers charted a lazy yet determined course along the inside of her thigh. She kissed him, forcing her tongue between his lips. He felt himself stir under her touch. Sexual favours in return for blanket praise. Was it really that simple? He checked his thoughts, guilty that his mind was straying from the matter in hand. He needn't have worried. You know, said Gloria, breaking free, I think I'll give Mr. Atherton a granddaughter. My hero needs to lose his heart. The note was waiting for him in his pigeonhole when he returned to college. It was the same barely legible scrawl that adorned his weekly essays. Dear Mr. Strickland, apologies for making this demand upon your busy schedule, but there is a matter I should like to discuss with you regarding your thesis. Shall we say 5 p.m. today in my office at the faculty? That's the large stone building at the end of Trumpington Street, in case you've forgotten. Warm regards, Professor Leonard. Professor Crispin Leonard was something of an institution. Although well into his 70s, he was quite unlike his elderly peers, who only emerged from their gloomy college rooms at mealtimes, or so it seemed. Professor Leonard lectured and supervised in 3 subjects. He continued to offer his services as a college tutor, and he remained involved in a number of societies, some of which he had founded. And all this while still finding time not only to write, but to be published. By any standards, it was a remarkable workload, and one he appeared to shoulder quite effortlessly. He loped about like a well-fed cat, giving off an air of slight distraction, as if his mind was always on higher things. He was deep in slumber when Adam entered his office, slumped in an armchair, a book on his lap. The first knock didn't rouse him. Adam knocked again, louder. Professor Leonard stirred, taking in Adam. I'm sorry, I must have nodded off. He laid the book aside. It was one of the professor's own works, on the sculpture of Mantegna. No court in the land would convict you. That might be funnier, Mr. Strickland, if you'd ever bothered to read my book on Mantegna. Which reminds me, how is your...